Hello everyone, I'm Xunjin. You could also call me Jane. Welcome back to our class. Before we get started today's agenda, do you have any questions from previous class? If you do have, please speak out. Okay, perfect, thanks. We'll learn the past simple tense in today's class. For today's schedule, we'll do a warm-up activity to gain your interest in the past simple tense. Then I'll walk you through what is a past simple tense, what are the forms and usages, and how to use it in the sentences. Finally, we'll practice together on how to use the past simple tense. Okay, before we move to today's topic, anyone still have any questions? Okay, first, we'll have our warm-up activity. The name list has been published on the blackboard. Please sit in pairs for our warm-up activity. We have 4 questions on the whiteboard. For the detail about these activities, first write down your answer for the 4 questions on paper. And then retell your answers to partner in 3 minutes. For example, I have 4 examples for each of this question. As the first one, the action or event that you did yesterday. So my example, I went to the library yesterday. So once I write down this answer, I speak out to you and read out to a partner. The same thing, so once you have these answers on the paper, you could read out to a partner. Okay, does anyone have any questions? Okay, then let's get started. Okay, time's up. Let's share you did. Jennifer? Okay, perfect. Thank you. Ethan? Excellent job. Matthew, how about yours? Okay, well done. Thank you so much. Okay. The past simple tense is a way to convey any action or condition that have already happened in the past. The past simple tense is also a verb form used to refer to an action or series of actions that were completed in the past. For example, I went to visit my aunt last night. I talked to my friend about arrangements of the school sports contest last week. Here, went and talked are verb forms used to refer that the action were already completed in last night and last week. Past simple tense could be affirmative and negative forms. For an affirmative example, she went to the church yesterday. For example, in an active form, she didn't go to school yesterday due to her sickness. Okay, does anyone still have any questions before we talk about more about verb forms? Okay, and do you have questions? What is your question? Okay, do we have to use the wordings like yesterday, last week, or last year in our sentence to express the past simple tense? What do you think, Andy? Correct. Yes, it depends on the context needed. We can revisit this later in our practice, okay? Okay, so verb forms, including regular forms, by adding ed, and depending on the verb's the ending. So there's a little bit more details as below table. And you can, so no matter what kind of the form as regular, it's supposed to be ended up with ed. For those irregular forms, like for example, am, is, are, we changed to the past simple tense verb. It either be was or were. Okay, so this is all we have discussed in terms about forms and usage. Any other questions, comments? Okay, so let's move on to our today's practice. In the study practice, we'll do role play exercise. I have prepared a name list for role play activity on the blackboard. Please sit with a partner. You should have Appendix A, that there are 3 topics. The first one is waited for you for 15 minutes. The second one is they went to cinema and ate. The third topic is I went swimming in the sea yesterday. I have already handed out in the beginning of the class for those 3 topics. Please work with a partner and identify the past simple tense. Then create a dialogue by using expression in the past simple tense. In our first example, we waited for you for 15 minutes. Ethan could play as Tom. I could play as Angela to discuss. Angela might ask Tom, "Where did you go? We waited for you for 15 minutes. Tom replied, "I went to the library to return my books. That's why I was late." Please work together for the next 10 minutes, and we'll come back to check your answers. In the meanwhile, I'll walk around for questions about understanding for the usage of the past simple tense. Okay, then let's get started. Andy, did you use the wording like yesterday or last week in your practice? No, you don't have to. You got it. Yep. Okay. Okay, time's up. Ethan and Jennifer, can you read out your dialogue and summarize the use of the past simple tense? Excellent job. Thank you. Any other questions? Okay, thanks. Okay, and I think we have a great practice together for how to use the past simple tense. And I think most of you have understand how to use in a sentence, right? Okay, if you don't have further questions, and I think in the summary, we have learned what is the past simple tense, what are the forms and uses of the past simple tense, and how to use it in a sentence without practice. So this is today's lesson. Does anyone have any questions or comments? Okay, please review the past perfect tense and a textbook, which is for our next class. Thank you for your time. If you have any questions, please do send me an email and I'll respond within 24 hours. And take care. Bye for now. Thank you.